Hello, friends. My name is Manoj Poptani, and I welcome you all on behalf of the Edupedia world. I hope you guys are enjoying. Absolutely, you are indeed. Who will enjoy if you won't? So, perfect. With this presentation, I'll mark the end and conclude my chapter that will be the Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999. So, that's the last presentation in which I'll be talking about and discussing with you the remaining aspects and remaining topics of FEMA 1999. So, are you guys revising your topics time and again? If not, just go ahead and do your revision on time. That's the most important thing, guys. You can't fall back on this particular front. That needs to be done necessary. So, fasten up your seatbelts. We are about to take off with the last conclusion of this chapter and with the first topic, and that will be appeal to High Court. So guys, in my last presentation, I did discuss with you about the procedure for adjudication, about adjudicating authority, the appeal that can be filed to SD appeals, and the appeal that can be filed to appellate tribunal. So in this presentation, I'll mark the beginning with if in case appeal is required to be made to High Court. So now High Court is even bigger and a better authority, next level authority to appellate tribunal. So the same thing is being covered under section 35. So what's going to happen? Okay, first of all, what should be the condition for filing an appeal? First of all, so the appeal to High Court may be filed against an order of appellate tribunal. One, that is the basic purpose of that. Okay, that will be the basic purpose why you want to go for an appeal towards High Court. Why? Because you're just not satisfied with the kind of verdict that was released by an order of appellate tribunal. So you may file a case against that. You may file an appeal to High Court in that particular case, and the appeal can be filed only on question of law. Again, I'm saying the appeal can be filed only on question of law and not question of fact. So the fact finding authority was the last, and that was appellate tribunal. AT is the final fact finding authority. You can file an appeal to High Court only on the question of law. Whatever have been the facts of your case, that can be discussed at the last at appellate tribunal. But if you are filing an appeal to High Court, that case should be only and solely on the grounds of question of law. Maybe something is not, maybe something is unclear in law, maybe something needs to be amended in law, or maybe some new changes have been occurred, but you don't know whether the same gets to applied to your situation or not. So a question of law will be apparent in this particular case, and appeal can be filed only on that question of law. Next thing will be the important thing about the timing. So, time period for filing the appeal. The appeal must be filed within 60 days. However, this delay up to 60 days in filing the appeal may be condoned by the High Court if in case sufficient cause is shown. And the next thing, appeal can be filed either by central government or by the accused, any of them. It might be possibility that appellate tribunal gave the decision and gave the order in favor of accused person. However, the central government is not satisfied with the order of AT. Then in that case, appeal to High Court can also be filed by central government as well. So that's all about the appeal to High Court. So that's all the thing which is being relevant for you in this particular course. I hope you guys got the complete clarity with the same kind of picture. Perfect, guys. Let's move to our next topic, and that will be regarding the compounding of contravention. The same thing is being covered under section 15, and as far as this 15 is concerned, you'll get to know about the consequences as well. So remember, guys, last to last presentation I did discuss with you about the consequences of contravention. So that was covered under section 13. So that same thing is going to have a relevance in this particular section as well. So you'll get to know once I start that. First of all, let's understand the meaning of compounding. What does compounding basically mean? So compounding basically means effecting a single penalty, okay, or single imprisonment for multiple contraventions. So that's something about compounding, okay. So you'll be required to pay a single penalty for different and multiple contraventions that you have made. You have made different multiple defaults, okay, and you are asking the authority to provide you the single kind of penalty, okay. The authorizing authority, adjudicating authority, kindly provide us the single penalty amount, okay, we will be able to fix it up accordingly. So that's it. That is basically what compounding actually means. So compounding of contravention is covered under section 15. So contraventions, what are those contraventions that can be compounded? First of all, So any contravention which is punishable under section 13. Just now I had a discussion with you regarding this thing. So that was the consequences of contravention, this particular section. So any contravention which is punishable under section 13 can be compounded. Number one. Second, the benefit of section 15 will be available only and only if contravention is payable under section 13. So you will get a chance to compound your contravention only and only if in case the contravention was punishable under section 13. That is one thing. Next is the time limit. So what should be the time limit for compounding? So the compounding authority shall compound the offense within 180 days from the date of application. So that's the time limit which has been like placed on that compounding authority. So they need to fix up that compounding of offense within 180 days from the date of application. Remember that. And the next thing will be the authorities. The authorities which are appointed for compounding. Who are the authorized authorities who have been like appointed for compounding purposes? One, the ones which have been like compounding by RBI. And number two, compounding by Directorate of Enforcement. These are the two authorities which have been like appointed for compounding under the Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999. So RBI shall be the compounding authority in respect of any of the contravention which is payable under section 13, except for a contravention for clause A of section 3. So that has been like strictly and prescribedly directly provided in the act itself. And now you'll be thinking about, okay, what will be the authority in that case for the if in case contravention under clause A of section 3 happens. So again, so that will be the compounding by Directorate of Enforcement. So that is the same thing which Directorate of Enforcement is going to take care of. So Directorate of Enforcement shall be the compounding authority in respect of any contravention which is made under clause A of section 3. Apart from this, for each and every case, apart from this clause A and of section 3, only RBI has been appointed as a compounding authority in respect of any other contravention which is punishable under 13 except this. So that is something which I wanted to tell you. Now let's move to our next slide, wherein we'll be discussing on the same topic, that is the compounding of contravention. So this is the one. So again, now coming to the four major points. So what are the instances where compounding is just not possible? You went in to RBI and you asked them, okay, RBI, can you help us with this particular compounding of this contravention? So RBI just denied you, okay, and you felt bad about the same thing, okay. So now RBI can't do it just for the sake of it, okay. They need to have the reasons. So what are those instances where compounding is just not possible? Number one, that the amount involved in contravention is just not quantifiable. You or RBI, in any of the cases, both these persons are just not able to get the amount which is being involved in contravention. So that amount is just not quantifiable. Number one. Second, appeal is filed by the applicant. So remember this thing. If in case you went for the option of filing an appeal, you cannot ask for compounding. Okay. So you can have either of the two options. Either you can go for compounding, appeal for compounding. Basically, you are readily agreeing to the fact that yes, you have committed a mistake and you are asking to compound that contravention. Okay. Then that's a very fair and honest view. So government usually appreciates that move. Okay. So you'll be getting an opportunity to compound your contravention only and only if in case you don't go for an option of appealing to SD appeals, AT or High Court. So appeal is filed. If in case appeal is filed by the applicant, then compounding is just not possible. And the next thing would be similar contravention is repeated within 3 years. Let's suppose you have been like provided compounding earlier, and the same kind of contravention is again done by you within the period of 3 years till the time that contravention compounding was done. So in that particular case, now there will be no compounding possible. Why? Because similar kind of contravention and similar mistakes has been like repetitively happened within 3 years. So these are the instances where compounding is just not possible. The amount involved in contravention is not quantifiable. Appeal is filed by the applicant and similar contravention is repeated within 3 years. I hope you guys got the complete clarity with respect to this thing. Next will be the payment of compounding. Okay. So now this has been like expressly provided in the act itself. So time limit. So the compounding fee shall be paid within 15 days from the date of order of compounding. And the government and compounding authority is very rigid on this front. You'll be just getting 2 weeks time. Okay. In fact, 15 days. Okay. So better be like that. So compounding fee shall be paid within 15 days from the date of order of compounding. And if in case default is made, again, so consequences of default, if you are just not able to pay that compounding fee, then adjudication proceedings will restart. Restart of those adjudication proceedings will happen. And if default is made in the payment of compounding fee, it shall be deemed that no application for compounding was ever made. So that's the kind of problem that you as a person will face if in case the compounding fee is not paid on time. So that's about the payment of compounding. And what about the effect of compounding? So now in that case, if compounding is being done and approved by the compounding authority, so the further proceedings shall not be initiated, and the existing proceedings, whatever is going on apart from this adjudicating compounding offer which you made to the compounding authority, so existing proceedings shall not be continued. So all the proceedings which are going on currently will be stopped, and there will be no further proceedings. You just got an opportunity to compound your offense. Go for it, compound the contravention and pay the penalty. Perfect, simple, easy. So that was all about compounding of contravention. With this, your chapter for Foreign Exchange Management Act stands completed. I hope you guys got the complete clarity with respect to each and every aspect which we did covered and made you understand and how to go about with the questions of Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999. That was lovely to have a wonderful audience like you, my friend. Thank you so much. I'll be concluding with a dose of motivation, and that will be: the state of your life is nothing more than a reflection of your state of mind. This was mentioned as a quote from Dr. Wayne W. Dyer. See you guys in the next presentation. Till then, do revise your topics time and again, because that's the most important thing which needs to be done in your CFAL examination. Perfect. Thank you so much on behalf of the Edupedia world. Keep interacting via questions, queries in YouTube comment boxes. We love to answer for each and every kind of query and grievances you have. Stay connected. That will help us understanding your needs way better. Love you guys. See you. Take care all in my next presentation with some new exciting topics. All there for you.